Part 1. White Clouds. Red Wolf Moon. The Flame in the Darkness. Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land. All of Fodlan's creatures begin to settle in for a long winter. The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the red wolves are back on the prowl.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities. It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Gerald. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us. Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Gerald. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. Hey, what's wrong? If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it. Got it?
Ugh, what could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too. Actually, I felt that way before.
I see. So you'll be staying here for some time then? Honestly, I'm surprised. I've heard it's been a few years since you last donated to the church.
That was merely because of the financial situation of my territory. I assure you it has nothing to do with my dedication to the church. By the way, Dimitri, isn't Edelgard currently enrolled at the Officers' Academy as well?
Yes, she's in the Black Eagle House. I don't believe she has any plans to leave anytime soon. Why not pay her a visit?
I may do just that. It's nice to stay in touch with my dear niece every now and then. Of course, I'm also delighted that I was able to speak with my nephew as well. Whether through marriage or otherwise, family is family after all.
Of course. The feeling is mutual. Professor, if you were watching, you should have made your presence known. That was Lord Arundel, the regent for the Empire. He is also Edelgard's uncle. My stepmother was his younger sister. We are not related by blood, but he is technically my uncle. Yes, my stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Edelgard and I are siblings by marriage. We can delve into that topic another time. For now, let's make preparations to investigate what's happening in that village.
Oh dear. The princess of the Empire and the kingdom's prince are kin. How very odd. They likely harbor knowledge they do not wish to share. Oh yes, I'm sure of it. But I suppose we must wait until the time of truth arrives. In any case, about this Arundel. You've heard that name before, correct? Ugh, your memory is worse than mine. The library. We came across that name within the library, right where the prince had been. Don't you recall? I thought that Arundel had died. And yet, not so. He seems alive and well. I wonder what the prince had hoped to learn from reading of his uncle's charity. So many things the prince has yet to tell. How bothersome. I do not know. It is a struggle merely to stand here.
Of the four, it was 4.
What's a year?
You count your.
If I take care of...
As you were saying,
That reminds...
want?
Hey now. Hey you, do me a favor. Of the 4 or 5...
It was 4. You count.
If I...
As you.
That...
Want?
Hey now.
I have a favor to ask.
Professor. Let me consider.
Professor, I can offer nothing more than this. I am in your debt, Professor.
Hey! Hey, wait, please. Could you let me... Fantastic! Thanks, Professor. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
Professor, I picked. Want to trade me what you're holding? Thanks, Professor. This is great.
Professor. Would you mind trading it with me for this? Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take great care of it. Professor? It's about that thing you have there. If it's not too much of a bother, would you trade it for this? Thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
That's a nice thing you have there, Professor. Don't suppose you're planning on using it yourself. Why don't you trade it for this? Sounds good, right? Excellent doing business with you, Professor. I've always wanted to say that.
You brought it, Professor? Hand it over and I'll make it worth your while.
How? You can't even afford your own drinks. Give it here. You won't regret it.
Excuse me? I asked first. Why don't we let the Professor decide?
Seems the professor likes you better than me.
Thanks. Here's your prize. Maybe I'll let you borrow it later, Shamir. I knew I could count on you.